The Hollowing, Chapter 2, The Fall. The Kingdom of Twilight, though dark, held a subtle glow that spoke of balance, offering an eerie beauty unseen anywhere else. This was a place of nature's magic, where the forces that laid the first stones dwelt, a place where the unseen would come to seek rest. Oogie Boogie ruled not over the forces of nature but alongside them, a king whose people embraced the strange and macabre with a holy reverence. Under his reign, the kingdom thrived with creatures of the in-between, specters of the evening, wisps and fairies. It was hard to say exactly what Sally was, but there was no denying her beauty, no matter the form she took. Some say that's what first twisted Jack. Legends before the fall tell of a time when Jack, still a mortal man, saw Sally bathing in human form one night, moonlight dancing on the water as it flowed over her skin. Bewitched by her beauty, Jack followed her, clawing his way through the veil that separated their worlds. Men were never meant to cross into the Kingdom of Twilight, but Jack was relentless. When he emerged on the other side, he was neither fully alive, nor was he fully dead. The magic of the human world had pulled him, while the magic of the Twilight Kingdom fought to push him back, tearing at parts of him. As he forced his way through, the opposing forces twisted together, transforming him into something new, something terrible. These twisted magics now emanated from Jack. Upon reaching the other side, he realized he had changed, horribly disfigured, his body and soul reshaped by the magics of both realms. Unable to bear his new form, Jack hollowed out a pumpkin, carving it to hide his tormented, misshapen head. Being from the human world, Jack could not escape his thirsts. Jack sought power and possession, concepts foreign to this kingdom. Sally, as elusive in her own world as she was in the realms beyond, was difficult to ensnare, except in one place, the Twilight Palace. Oogie and Sally were to be wed. In Oogie's presence, Sally found peace, a stillness that soothed her wandering nature. Not forever, but for a time. When Sally was with Oogie, they would walk among the creatures of the She and dance in the shadowed courtyards. Oogie and Sally were in love. Jack was enraged when he discovered this and sought the aid of a sorcerer to help him capture his prey. Jack was clever, but his new magics were foreign and unwieldy, and so he befriended Finn Kelstein, a curious soul. Through their friendship, Jack slowly warped the sorcerer, tempting Finn with talk of sciences from the human world. Gradually, Finn became bent and crippled by Jack's influence, unable to remember the ways of the Kingdom of Twilight. Despite Jack's brokenness, he was charming, but Oogie Boogie saw through it. He knew the darkness in Jack's heart, the hunger for power that would consume the kingdom. Jack, however, was patient. He twisted those he touched and hollowed those he could not, gradually rallying those who sought power through fear and sowing dissent among Oogie's followers. Whispers of the great hollowing echoed through the streets, turning friends into foes. It wasn't long before Jack, with his growing influence in dark magic, confronted Oogie Boogie. Their battle was fierce, a clash of old magic against the new darkness that emanated from Jack. But Jack's power was drawn from something far more malevolent than Oogie had ever encountered. In a final act of desperation, Jack did his worst. He cast a spell that would either extinguish Sally's existence or strip Oogie Boogie of his form. For the king of this Twilight realm, it was an easy choice. Oogie fell, torn from his body, his essence pooling on the cold stones of the palace floor. Jack bound Oogie in an enchanted burlap shroud, an eternal prison where what was left of him would wither away as his power faded like a forgotten memory. This was Finn's latest invention, a cruel creation. Oogie's essence, a king in fragments, lingered, but he could no longer rule, only cling to existence in the hollow of a sack. Jack cast him into a prison forged before memory, and then quickly set his sights on Sally. The Kingdom of Twilight twisted along with all of its subjects. Those who refused to be twisted were hollowed. With the population decimated and the kingdom's landscape laid to waste, the survivors cobbled together a new town, named after the great Hollowing Town. Jack, now the Pumpkin King, ruled over this land. The mystical beauty it once held, gone, replaced by fear. Its people now, subjects to Jack's endless thirst for control, while Oogie Boogie, locked away, unable to even watch as the kingdom he loved decay into darkness.